Good evening, Paleo friends. It's Rachel, Dan, and Allie from Primal for Life, and we're testing out yet another cookbook. We're always looking for new recipes and information about paleo cooking. So we got this cookbook from julianbakery.com/paleo section, and it's the 30-day guide to paleo cooking. It's by Haley Mason and Bill Staley, and they're also the authors of our favorite paleo cookbook, Make It Paleo, and The Gather, because we have that one as well. So basically it starts off telling you what the paleo diet is, what you can have, what you need to avoid, and then just goes into talking about the different meats, seafoods, when things are in season for fruits and vegetables, what you can drink, oils and fats that are good, and when to use them. All about nuts and seeds, because you know that's a staple on paleo diet. And then this one's a good chart as well because it talks about herbs and spices, so it gives you all flavor pairings. So you know what goes well with chicken, turkey, and so on. So this is really helpful if you want to like build your own recipes. Get a little crazy there. And then other key ingredients, basically what you need to stack your pantry with. So items such as coconut aminos, coconut milk, almond milk, sea salt, vinegars, and so on. Definitely almond flour and coconut flour. And then obviously what you need to purge. So basically it talks about all the processed foods, any type of white potatoes, juice, dried fruits, and so on. And then it talks about meal building. Sorry, that was a little
I thought that said meat building.
Little tongue twister there. So it talks about the difference between paleo and primal, and then also gluten-free. So as you guys know, we do paleo recipes as well as primal recipes. I can tolerate dairy and actually eat a lot of dairy, whereas Dan has to limit it somewhat. And then, you know, the gluten-free side as well. So it talks about how to go shopping, you know, what you need. So this is a great cookbook if you're looking out to start paleo and you really want a lot of information about it. And then it goes into, after the fact, some recipes. So we are going to have do a recipe in here tonight. Let me try to find it. We got to go to the poultry section.
Meanwhile, these all look delicious as you're flipping through them.
So we're doing the pad thai with chicken, and we've done, you know, here and there different types of pad thais and different recipes. But today we're going to start with doing this one from this cookbook. It was a little bit of a switch and a little bit different. So we've got things started, and we're going to do a twist on this as well. You know, Dan and I always like to mix things up and modify. So in the oven, it actually, for the noodles, it talks about doing yellow squash. So, you know, like your summer squash, and Julian, the
Julian Bakery?
Yeah, Julian as in a way of cutting. The squash, but I went the easy route and did spaghetti squash. So I've already baked our spaghetti squash, so we'll use that sort of as our noodles. But also what we're gonna do too, so that's like your added veggie, but what we're gonna do too is some paleo rice.
Yay. So
paleo rice is 0 calories, 0 carbs. It's made from a Japanese root. Glucamon, yeah.
I think so.
So we have these ready to go.
Shirataki.
Yeah, shirataki. There we go. So we have these ready. We're going to cook these up as well. So we're, you know, mixing a couple different things. And we've already mixed our sauce for our pad thai. So in this, we have our fantastic paleo peanut butter. We need another jar there, babe.
Getting low.
Getting low. And then Coconut Secrets coconut aminos.
Tasty stuff. Easy soy replacement right there.
And what we did was we doubled the recipe because this recipe only serves 2. There's 3 of us, and Dan actually eats most of the time for 2 people, so we're going doubling
Let's shoot for leftovers.
Yeah, absolutely. So
leftovers are key with paleo.
we have a half a cup of the peanut butter, and then we have a cup of the coconut aminos, and then we also have in here a half a teaspoon of fish sauce, juice of 1 lime, and then 2 teaspoons of salt. And we are using the Quantum Pink salt, which is another new product we got from julianbakery.com. Dan and I are big on trying different salts and the taste that they have and the flavors that they bring out in your food. So this is a new one we wanted to try. So these are the 3 of the products that we're using. Also the paleo rice that we talked about, we'll show you that, and then obviously the cookbook. So all of that you could get from julianbakery.com/paleo. So we're gonna start now. Like I said, our spaghetti squash is already cooking. We're gonna get our skillet going. Obviously, recipe calls for a wok, but we don't have one. Ours actually kind of crapped out and got...
The wok took a walk.
Yeah, the wok took a walk. So we need to get another one, but a wok's not high on our list. There's other food products and
Items.
gadgets that we want to get. So for now, we're just going to use our big skillet, and we are going to add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil to the pan. And you're going to get that really hot.
Are you dumping this wine in there too?
No, that's just for me.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get that really, really hot, coat the pan. And Dan thinks he's funny about the wine. That is the one non-paleo.
It's close. It's not beer.
Yeah, that I must enjoy. That's my treat. And I think being married to an Italian, his parents rubbed off on me as well with the wine. So, cheers, everyone. All right, so we got our skillet nice and coated and heated there. And I've cubed our chicken. And we're going to get this cooking up in our skillet. Try to get it all out on the pan there. Alright, we're going to let that start cooking up on one side. In the meantime, the paleo rice takes no time at all to cook. So you see, I'm not going to start boiling the water or anything yet.
You're not doing the microwave method today?
No, I'm not going to do the microwave method because I know you don't like it as much.
Going conventional. Boil the water.
Yep.
Pop them in for a minute or 2. Done.
drain 'em.
Rinse and
They're done.
drain.
Okay, so we're going to start just stir frying this up, obviously. We want to get it all cooked up. I'm going to try to get it a little bit of sear as well, so I don't want to touch it too much. There's a lot of room in our pan here, so we're able to get them on a single layer. And then as you guys know, I try to prep everything in advance so I don't have to chop and then show you what's going on. So we have 2 shallots chopped up over here. Dan, stay with me.
Sorry.
Slacking on his duties over here. And then we have minced garlic, and the recipe actually calls for red pepper flakes, but Allie's going to be eating this and she doesn't like anything spicy, so we're going to omit that today.
Just like cinnamon though. It's a spice.
Yeah.
Not a heat spice.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't like anything hot. And we also have another ingredient we're going to be adding is some macadamia nuts. And obviously it's supposed to go on to it. So we get everything ready to roll.
Take a quick look at some other recipes in here. Asparagus. Raised beef shanks. Now that looks slamming. Turnips with bacon. Cream of mushroom soup. Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely check out julianbakery.com/paleo for this cookbook, and as well as those 2 right there. That's a good trio. Make a paleo gather and this one.
So obviously this is one of our newer books, so you're probably going to see some future dinners out of this with us. As we always do. Like that looks awesome. Buttered squash ribbons. See, that's one of our gadgets we're looking to get. And a nice mandolin so we can make some of these other awesome recipes. Cabbage with onions and apples. So you'll be sure to see some of this down the road as always. So you know, you could use spaghetti squash as a pasta replacement. You've seen us use, like I said, the paleo rice, paleo noodles, paleo fettuccine. So today, we only have 1 bag of fettuccine left, so I'm going to save that for another dinner this week. We have to get some more of that. So that's why I figured if we do the mixture of the spaghetti squash, because Allie will actually eat spaghetti squash, and the rice, the paleo rice, it would be a nice combo. So I mean, these recipe books obviously are an awesome guide, and if you're not familiar with cooking or don't enjoy cooking or you're new to it, you know, it's a great way to really get started. But then obviously as you grow, it's, you know, like I do and you see often, I'll tell you what the original recipe is and then how we modify it. So Want to make sure this chicken's all cooked up before we start adding our other ingredients. We're just going to give it a few more minutes. Enjoy a macadamia nut in the meantime.
Crunch.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get our spaghetti squash out of the oven.
And I believe macadamias are part of the peanut butter.
Yes, they are.
We have almonds, pecans, walnuts, and macadamias. Very tasty stuff. That's why the bottle's empty.
Yeah, the recipe calls for just almond butter, but we had the peanut butter. Give it a nice different depth and get a lot of more healthy nuts in there. Alright, so this looks about almost cooked up. So the next step here is to add our shallot and minced garlic. So we're going to get our shallot in there. Our minced garlic. And luckily we have this, we're able to get organic minced garlic. So when you're in a pinch, you don't have as much time to go through chopping it or using your mincer. I just use this stuff. Alright. Stir this up. And this is when you would add the red pepper flakes if you're using them, but like I said, we're not. Gotta modify slightly for the child.
Me?
Yeah, you. And you're gonna stir fry that, or saute it up for about 1 minute. It's already smelling delicious, we're just adding that. Okay, now the next step here is to add part of your chopped macadamias, and you're going to leave some for garnish. So, and then you're going to continue to stir fry this for 2 minutes while the macadamia nuts are in there.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do a wrap out of this or have some paleo bread on the side.
I don't know. We've got the rice going. You know what? I'm going to start this actually now because we're almost to the last steps of our recipe here. In a couple minutes we're going to add in our sauce. Make sure we evenly coat everything. And then our last step is to get that spaghetti squash in here. Once the paleo rice is done, we'll just serve it on top. So, Dan, do we need to tell them any more about these products that we're using today, or?
Let's see. Just explain the peanut butter. And there's no sugar added, I believe. It's one of the cleanest, tastiest nut butters you will find. Coconut aminos. Like I said before, easy soy replacement. We definitely don't want to consume any soy, and this was the easiest way for me to replace it. It tastes very similar to it, yet you are getting actual amino acids, B vitamins. It's non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, totally organic, and it's empty. And then we have the Quantum Pink Salt from Quantum Nutrition Labs. I've had Quantum's other products. Let me show it to you in my little basket here. This stuff. If you have stomach issues, digestion issues, you can try popping one of these before you eat, and it will help you get through your day, through your meal. I notice it definitely helps me with going out to a restaurant and possibly eating something that's not totally organic, where I normally would get itchy and achy and tired. It does help with that. So when I found out that they had the pink salt, Quantum Pink Salt, I definitely wanted to try this as well. And this is a blend of 2 salts, Mediterranean Sea and Alea Hawaiian Sea salt. So definitely check those items out. JulianBakery.com/paleo.
All right, we're about to add our sauce. Get all that. Want to make sure we get all that in there. gonna stir this all up. Our water's almost boiling, so perfect timing. Coat all this chicken in here. Oh, it smells delicious and I'm so hungry today. Okay. Put that in there. Just gonna let that heat up for a few minutes. Okay, and while that's heating, we're gonna start scraping our squash in there. Get this out. So if you use spaghetti squash, you just have to pull it off the skin like this. Pretty easy. Comes out looking like spaghetti. That's why it's called spaghetti squash. So
A lot of people don't know that.
yeah.
Truly don't know that. And it's like the biggest shock when they find out, but it's very basic and tasty.
You know, one of Allie's favorite way to eat these is with cinnamon and coconut oil.
And one way she didn't know she was eating them was I would mix them into her eggs. Scrambled
Yeah.
eggs with this. She had no idea she was eating veggies.
I'm sure most people know that have 5-year-old or kids. Sometimes they don't always eat what you want them to eat. But she's pretty good about eating most things, and this is really hot. So I was trying to use the... Okay, there we go. Finally all got it in. We're gonna mix that up. Dan, is the water boiling yet for the rice?
Nope.
Just about. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn down the heat on this now and just start incorporating this in. You want to get all that sauce on that spaghetti squash as well. It's amazing. And then right before we're going to eat this, we're going to sprinkle it with cilantro and more macadamia nuts.
I think I'm going with almond paleo bread.
Yeah. Gotta have the paleo bread. Always have to have the paleo
love my
bread.
slice. It's the closest to the real deal, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Keep this simmering on here while Dan does his paleo bread, and this is just about to start boiling, so perfect timing. Clean this up here. Okay, our paleo rice is done. Like I said, it only takes a minute. Just rinse it under warm water if you want to keep it hot. Ooh! Shook it a little too much there. Okay. Let's start playing up Dan's first. Is that good, babe?
Yeah, it's cool.
As we have paleo rice all over the floor now.
At least the cats will eat healthy.
Yep. Alright, and then we're going to have the rest of our on top. Like I said, Dan usually eats for 2, so is that good, babe?
Might be 3 tonight.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Alright.
Cool.
Now,
Pow.
cilantro.
Bam!
We're not emerald. Although I did read that emerald is eating more paleo.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
And macadamia is on top. So here you have it. Dan's finishing up his paleo bread to accompany this.
Right over there.
But here's our dinner tonight. Pad thai with chicken. And we use the peanut butter, coconut aminos, the quantum salts, and obviously the cookbook, which is the 30-day guide to paleo. All of this stuff, along with the bread, of course, can be purchased from julianbakery.com/paleo. Enjoy.